Welcome back to the Shy Within podcast. I have here Amita Sharma. She is a co-founder of Nourish Doc, a global holistic wellness platform dedicated to supporting perimenopausal women. Her mission is to democratize access to affordable wellness solutions across the globe. Through Nourish Doc, Amita and her team have meticulously developed evidence-based holistic wellness programs focused on self-care and preventative measures, aiming to empower women in this significant life stage, which yes, all of us this life stage. Her commitment to enhancing women's health and well-being during the perimenopausal period reflects her deep understanding of the unique challenges and needs of women worldwide. Amita, my neighbor, how are you?
Thank you so much. I did not realize that you and I are neighbors, and what an amazing way to meet each other. So
I
I'm
know.
super excited, super excited.
Yeah, so Amita and I were talking earlier, and I'm like, Amita, are you are over in the Bay Area? So am I. And so we're very like maybe a half hour away. We should have done this live then. But things are just meant to be. And I love how you focus all on the holistic aspect because I was just sharing with you that my sister is going through menopause. She's 52. My friends are going through menopause. My aunts are going through, like everybody is going through menopause. If they are not going yet, they will get there at some point in their life, including myself. And so I would love for you to go ahead and just share the inspiration behind co-founding Nourishtalk and its mission to provide accessible wellness solutions for to postmenopausal women globally.
Yeah, it's so first of all, we menopause, the word menopause has been a taboo all over the world, right? If you go back just few years, even 5 years back, not comfortable talking about it, right? And suddenly women also, and I experienced very embarrassing moments at work, what they call hot flush. I had no clue I was going through hot flashes. I just knew I was sweating and like a crazy person. So all these embarrassing moments that they say, oh my God, you're going to have mood swings. I got it. You're going to have memory lapse. I got it. When I was going through perimenopause initially, and I was completely clueless what is happening. And I honestly thought I'm going to get a heart attack or I'm doing something else because we don't know. The knowledge is not there, is what I'm trying to say. And you get completely scared. So, and then at that time, I did not think much about it. I started feeling better because I started incorporating holistic lifestyle. And then is that when I started digging deeper into it, I wanted to create a complete Uber lifestyle company for everything. I said, no, 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 no. Let me just come back. I remembered my embarrassing moments and the lack of resources. My self-confidence went down. You talk about a lot on self-confidence. My relationships also tanked because I didn't feel comfortable at work. My productivity went down. My sleep was not there. So it impacted my life, right? And I said, what about millions of other women out there? I am working in high tech. I was able to do a lot of research and fix myself, but women around the world don't even know. So I started digging deeper and deeper into this entire phase of a woman's life beyond reproductive years. I know so beyond reproductive years, we forget about women and what happens. And then I found a lot of correlation of hormonal imbalances to even cancer in women or some of the other chronic conditions that women can get in their postmenopausal years. And then that was my inspiration. I said, no, I'm going to go deep into this taboo subject. I don't care what the world says. Try to get a research-based and evidence-based affordable wellness in every woman's palm. That was my goal. And that's my inspiration to help women out there with credible information. And I'm not a medical doctor. I have a very unbiased opinion. We are a platform that brings unbiased opinion from holistic expertise all over the world.
Right. And yeah, so we're the mind, the body, and the spirit. And I was just sharing with you also that we literally can heal ourselves. Like food is medicine. We have to move around. I mean, we're human beings. We're not meant to be sitting down all day at a computer, in our cubicle. We need to move our body. And Like I always say this in my other podcast. Like I get cranky if I don't move. If like my body's stiff, I'm like, oh, the energy's stuck in there. Something needs to be released, and I just need to like jump up and down. At least, put some favorite music on and just dance. So I have to get away from my computer too, because I'm guilty of staying and I'm like, okay, what time is it? Set like little timers on my phone. Get up, Gina, you time to move. But yeah, so I was going to ask you, what age can people or can women expect to start menopause?
So menopause is typically in 51, 52. That's the average age. So I want to say that menopause age is different for different ethnic groups. A lot of women don't understand. So an average age should be 51, 52, but a lot of other Latino women and African American women, they typically get it a couple of years earlier, 47, 48. Some of the other ethnic groups get it even in mid 40s, believe it or not, right?
Wow.
So it differs based on the ethnicity, based on your lifestyle, based on maybe a little bit of a genes. But an average age, according to, if you look at it, it should be 51, 52, the menopause. Now, the perimenopause, which most of us don't understand what that is, menopause is not a switch that turns on and off, right? It's not like one day your periods are out and boom, no more birth control pill or whatever.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't happen like that. I wish it did. So, 10 years before you're hitting menopause, which is cessation of your periods, it's possible that in your 40s, early 40s, women start entering perimenopause. And
Mm.
perimenopause is the time when women start getting irregular periods and all the symptoms that I was talking about. That's when you start experiencing, and that can last from 7 to 14 years of perimenopause. So that's what a lot of women don't understand. We understand menopause, but we don't understand the transition leading towards the menopause.
Yes, and is that like the moodiness, some of those
Mhm.
night sweats, and some of like appetite? You're a little bit more hungrier, and the more of the
Mhm.
weight gain
Mhm.
happens, and all that stuff. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I was probably experiencing that not too long ago myself, but then it was something else completely. It's like, oh, wait a minute, this is not perimenopause. But can you actually explain the holistic approach to menopause and how it actually differs from more like the conventional treatments that are offered?
Yeah, so conventional treatment most of the time, well, first of all, in menopause or perimenopause, what's happening is we women, the two female sex hormones that we have, they start going down. And the perimenopause is a roller coaster ride. So that's why you're experiencing all these mood swings and all the other symptoms that we're talking about. But by menopause, they've kind of gone down quite a bit. Now, the traditional way, if you go to a gynecologist, because your hormones are going roller coaster ride, hormonal replacement therapy is something that most of the gynecologists depends on each person's individual and personalized history. That is the recommendation. So to balance the hormones, right? So hormone replacement therapy is something that a traditional medical person would give to women. Um, Now, on the holistic approach, what we are saying is that, and there's nothing wrong with taking a hormone replacement therapy. Sometimes you can't fix everything with holistic. Sometimes your symptoms are very severe and you're not able to control all those things. But if women start embracing holistic lifestyle, irrespective of whether you're on HRT or not, it doesn't matter. Holistic lifestyle, what we are talking about is eating right. We talked about food as medicine, movement as medicine, right? The exercise, the yoga, the breathing, right? All those things. Taking some of the herbs and supplements. Don't just start taking yourself. Consult with someone based on your body type, based on your nutritional deficiencies, those. Some breath work. The breathing is amazing, right? Now, there is other things like hypnotherapy has evidence that helps women calm down. Cognitive behavioral therapy, counseling, right? Aromatherapy, acupressure, EFT, even some of the Chinese herbs have some evidence. So we are saying all these combined, if you start taking care of yourself and make a daily routine, then you can start helping yourself in balancing your hormones. Ayurveda has a plethora of all these herbs, amazing herbs, the massage, so many things, medicated massage, Shirodhara. I can go on and on, not trying to confuse your viewers, but the idea is all the toolkits that are available in this holistic therapies that have been around for the last 5,000 years. And now they have research and evidence behind most of them, not all of them, I should say that. But if we start incorporating them in our daily routine or in our daily lifestyle, we can start taking care of ourselves, right?
Absolutely. Yes. What would be the recommendation that if I were to go to you, be like, okay, I'm in my menopause, I'm feeling icky. What should I do right away? What should I change?
So the first thing is learn to breathe. Breathing
Mm,
can help
yeah.
you, different type of breathing. For example, someone is having a hot flash. There's a breathing technique called Shitali Pranayama. You roll your tongue, you stick it out, and you breathe through your tongue, and it has a cooling effect on your body. As an example, someone who's having a sleep issues, there is Brahmari Pranayama, so that helps you. Now, even a medicated procedure with oil called Shirodhara. So simple breathing techniques, learn how to do simple breathing techniques. That would be one. Change your diet. That would be very, very important. That goes into one at the same time, because what you eat, food as medicine, you need to eat properly. You should not diet at all. It's completely wrong. So your diet, movement, your exercise, your type of exercise you're doing can also change, because now your bone mass is going down as you're getting older. You need resistance training, to add resistance training in your exercise routine. These are the three things that are first. And then even some herbs and supplements. Well, like I said earlier, don't start experimenting it yourself. You need to talk to some naturopathic doctor or someone who can tell you what to eat. So these are the things that you can start doing immediately. It's free, what you eat, right? It's not
Yeah.
going to cost you any money. Learning some yoga poses, some postures. Yoga has a ton of research on that. And these are something simple things you can learn yourself and start taking care of yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you can do everything self-care, but self-care is definitely a step, one step towards what to do. And then if you need at the same time some kind of an expertise or care, then someone like naturopathic doctor, a yoga therapist, and a dietitian, they can create a personalized holistic plan just for you, so that you can get on the path of really a holistic lifestyle.
Yes, and especially because the foods we eat are very important. I've been hearing the phrase intuitive eating,
Mhm.
listening to your body. What does it need? How can you nourish it? So my husband, he just bought a grill not too long ago, and I'm like, this is probably like the only family who's grilling outside during winter time. It is not summer, but we are creating and making a lot of asparagus and grilling like a whole bunch of like bell peppers. Like we're trying to eat across the rainbow. So all these different colors because we're actually growing we have our own garden too. So I actually was so excited to see my big beet grow and I'm like, oh, I can cut it now. And we get so excited over like our natural food that's been growing. Now, I heard you say this before, like different foods during different seasons. Can you give us some examples of like what should we be eating during winter time, spring, summer, fall?
Yeah, so we were talking about a little bit about the Ayurveda, right? So
Mhm.
Ayurveda has this concept of dinacharya, meaning din means day, and daily routine sort of, and then ritucharya. Ritucharya is the seasonal part. So basically, all these therapies are talking about eating according to the seasons. Like in winter, you eat like squash, right? Don't start eating watermelon as an example, because the watermelon is a summer fruit. So eating according to the season, meaning that is naturally that comes during the season, rather than genetically modified produce. So eat what produce initially, and now initially that is supposed to be in winters. Now the problem is, I see watermelons are available in winter, and you get so confused as a consumer that oh, everything is available in winter, I will eat it, right? But the focus should be on root vegetables. As an example, root vegetables are mostly winter, or the different squashes, as I talked about, radishes, even daikon, those kind of things. So that's what we have to focus, that we have to live according to the nature. The other concept is called circadian rhythm also.
Mm.
Circadian rhythm meaning when the sun is out, that's when you start all your eating, or your meditation, your bowel movement should be out, all those things. But when the sun sets, technically you should not eat, but we all eat late, majority of us.
Yeah.
So just follow the natural rhythm of nature, and that's what it means, is that going according to the seasons. In summer, you eat all your fruits and everything, all the tropical fruits, and then winter, most of the time, the apples and oranges, or whatever is available, all the other root vegetables. So that's what it's talking about, is following the seasonal path of nature, and adjusting your mind body, your physical health, according to what the nature is telling you.
Yes, listening to Mother Nature. Yes.
Mhm.
If she, like, this is why I always get confused with, the New Year's, right? New Year's, you set your goals, hustle hard, go to the gym, work out like, 5 hours a day. And everyone fails then, right? I think it's the time to rest,
Yes.
during winter time and really just let your body recoup. And then once you
Mhm.
see the plants growing, the little blossoms on the tree, they're starting to sprout, then that's
Mhm.
when you start moving a little bit more and like being in rhythm with nature. And I love that's one thing that I've been now doing, is like, okay, if it's nighttime, yes, like you said, try not to eat. Like I was guilty, like eating late at night, and then my body's telling me, what did you do to me? What did you do to me? Now you're gonna have gas all night. Just kidding. But
Exactly. Yeah.
right. Now, do you think like acupuncture is good? Because my mom's all in the traditional Chinese medicine. I went to the National Holistic Institute where I learned both modalities, Eastern and Western
Mhm.
medicine.
Yeah.
But talk a little bit about acupuncture and how it can actually help women in menopause. If you know that stuff, if you don't, it's okay.
So acupuncture, from what I have done, the research is that it helps with the pain management. Just ton of research helping with the pain management, and getting the energy. They talk about the chi energy, so that flowing very well. So acupuncture has a ton of research on pain management. Now, as far as exact menopause is concerned, um, there's no research saying that acupuncture alone can help with with women. Like I said, it can help with the pain management, right? So I'm not saying do only acupuncture. What I was saying was all the other things, right? In the as far as especially going through the menopause, I was talking about the food as medicine. Acupuncture can be also added on, but if you say I'm only going to get acupuncture done and not move myself and not do and not eating properly, then it won't help, right? So, so the research is on pain, all the pain issues, like very effective for pain management, acupuncture.
Yes,
Now,
oh, go ahead.
then I was going to say there are some herbs, Chinese herbs that they talk about that have some research for menopause.
Mm.
Now, that if that is administered along with acupuncture, then there is outcomes are positive. But so what I'm saying is only one. Unfortunately, in holistic uh, world, there's no one single pill that you can take and then you will start feeling better. It's combination of a lot of small things that we have to do, almost like a lifestyle. That's why I said earlier that will help you navigate through this journey.
Yeah, it's like you said with the on and off switch, it just takes time gradually. So that way, that gives us time to then change our habits and then start practicing those holistic ways of maybe breathing and meditation, gentle movements. And even like you said, resistant training is actually very good too, with the body, because we need to build that muscle as well. Now let's talk about sexual health. Because I mean, like I'm not an expert when it comes to menopause, obviously. But I always hear that women says it hurts, it burns, it's dry. Um, can you talk a little bit and share some light, maybe perhaps of how that would help, how we can help our bodies with us with sex?
Yeah, absolutely. So sexual health, I wasn't sure because a lot of people don't want to talk about it. Something again, a taboo of a taboo,
Right,
right?
right,
Menopause is taboo, and this is more taboo.
yeah.
And actually, we should talk about it. The reason being, in UK, 60% of the divorces that are going through are for women in menopausal years.
Mm,
So this could be one of the reasons. I'm not saying this is the reason, but your relationship obviously is going to get impacted. Now, what's happening is women are experiencing loss of libido, some of them. Then there is some kind of when they're having intercourse, there could be pain, the vaginal dryness happens. All these things are there. So there are some vaginal moisturizers that are available, over the counter also, vitamin E and that women can apply. But it's important is that to get your sexual health going, the hormones are taking the impact, right? We talked about the hormones going the roller coaster. So if you balance your hormones, you automatically, our bodies are connected so beautifully, the sexual health will also be fine. So it's all connected, is what I'm trying to say. Like over the counter moisturizers can be applied in the vagina area, but the bottom line is the root cause is your hormonal imbalance, right? Your estrogen
mm.
and progesterone. So if you start balancing those, you will start feeling much better down there as well. Okay.
Yes.
Now, now the sexual health is important because it produces the kind of hormones that make us happy. And so a lot of, the funny thing is I talked to someone and she says, oh, no, no, no. The sexual health, most of the women think it's over after menopause or whatever the, quote unquote thing is. Orgasm, believe it or not, is a pain reliever. There's scientific evidence to that, and it doesn't have to be with a partner. There are other options that are available. So what I'm trying to say is that there's no, oh my god, now that part of my body is out of the question, this part of my body is fine, and below that, okay. So the body has to be thought about in totality, including your sexual health, right? Because that is what gives life, birth. It's the genesis of life.
That's
And that
right.
what makes us vitality, right? Vibrant energy, all those things. So ladies, I think it's important to consider the sexual health also, not ignore it. That's what I would say. And the reason why this whole thing, pain and all these things are happening, dryness, is because of the hormones. We talked about that. So the idea is, yes, the hormones are going down, but the crucial part is the balance of these two hormones, the estrogen and progesterone. Yes, they're going down, but if you keep them in balance, then the chances are that you can navigate this journey easily, right? The
Right.
problem happens is these two hormones don't stay in balance. The estrogen starts going up, the progesterone starts going down first. So a lot of us starts getting this estrogen dominance, and that is could be a culprit for a lot of things that are happening in our bodies.
That makes total sense. And thank you so much for clarifying that because it's something that people don't really like to talk about. But I'm so open to talking about anything that's going to help somebody in their life, especially because like 90%, 80% of my listeners are female. So it's very important for them to listen to this. Yeah, and this kind of ties into my next question, which is in what ways do you believe that society's perception of menopause needs to change? And how can like platforms like Nourish Doc facilitate this type of transformation?
It has to start from us women. We are the ones, when we start talking about it openly with our family, with friends, and seeking help. The problem is, there's another statistics that I'm going to share with you. 85% of us have symptoms, right? Women all over the world. This is all over the world. But only 40% of us seek any advice. We are still going hush, hush, hush behind the scenes of whatever. Oh, no, no, I can handle it. But we don't understand that we need help. So it has to start from us being open about it, seeking help. Nourish Talk has, that's why Nourish Talk, a platform like that. I was talking to you earlier as well. We have made it so affordable, because price sometimes also can be prohibitive for women to seek help. If I'm told I have to go see a functional medicine doctor, get the lab testing, get the Dutch testing, it's going to cost me $2,000, $3,000. I'm going to say, no, no, no. I can handle myself. My insurance doesn't cover it, right? So big thing in this country is the insurance. So what we have created is less than $10 a month. It helps you understand what you're going to go through, ask the right questions, embrace the holistic lifestyle. That's really my mission, is uh, to really help women across the globe. But it has to start from the woman herself. She has to say, yes, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to self-love, self-worth. And we women are not good at that. We are amazing at doing loving other people, help, taking care of our families, but not taking care of ourselves.
That is so true. And I was just talking to somebody about that. It's like, we don't take care of ourselves. We're taking care of our children, which, yeah, I get because we're moms, right? And we're taking care of everybody else. But then what about us? And then we get tossed back in the back burner. And it's like, then we get, no wonder why we're cranky and moody and hungry. And we don't have self-compassion for ourselves.
Yeah, we're lacking compassion for ourselves. And how
Right.
can anyone else help us if we don't take care of ourselves and we don't say what is happening within our mind, within our physical health? So that has to the step one to your question. And the step two, women are at such high corporate positions nowadays. If they are the ones who start bringing it out in their workplace, the women need to be supported, like it has happened in UK. It will start happening here as well.
Right. Now, could you actually share like a success story or like a testimonial from a user of NourishDoc's programs and that highlights the actual positive impact of their
Mhm.
own personal like menopausal story or journey?
Yeah, so I'll just share about someone who has gone through the journey of sleep, right? Sleep and stress, and also some hot flashes, all those things. So we are not bringing one expert. Like I told you, there are multiple things that the user has to do to navigate this journey. So we put these women actually through this whole program. So what we have is sort of like a 4-month program initially that helps you discover yourself as far as what is happening with your body, and then gives you bite-sized simple information, like 1 or 2 minute simple videos that are from the experts, and some engaging like quizzes and stuff like that to go through this thing by yourself if you want to, and see how you feel. So we measured this whole thing over a period of 4 months with some of the women, and all the stress levels were down because of what I talked about earlier. The sleep is gone. They're able to sleep much better. They're able to control their symptoms much better. All those things. But the key is the woman has to do all the things, right?
Mhm.
Now, there are no cheat days, unfortunately. So we are talking about changing the diet. We are not saying start dieting. We are changing about nutrition, right? We're talking about nutrition, putting the right nutrients in your body, not dieting and losing weight. We are saying start step by step. So yes, absolutely. So the woman had issues with sleeping at night, like I mentioned earlier. She would forget some of the things, sometimes a little bit of anger or mood swings, the usual suspects, the stress, because I think all the women in 40s are stressed out because there's so much going on in their life. So through this step-by-step program, they were able to control all the things that we were talking about. I myself is an example. I was talking about my journey that I used to sweat, and I had a lot of issues. And I actually started this whole holistic lifestyle and started doing a lot of research. I fixed myself. I didn't fix myself through the help of experts. So this is doable. We have to, irrespective, like I told you earlier, if we take a pill for hormone replacement therapy or not, holistic lifestyle is something that if you embrace, you'll be able to navigate yourself beyond the postmenopausal years as you get further and further beyond, right?
Yeah. Yes. And how do you see it evolving more and more? I know definitely we're doing it now by bringing awareness.
Yes.
Anything else?
Yeah, I think the first step is unfortunately awareness, because most of the women don't understand this. And things like this, what you and I are doing, is a step forward. Then women saying, listening to it, yes, we want to try, we want to do some things. So I think it's going to, I'm very confident it's going to happen, because now we women are coming out and talking about it. It never used to happen in our parents' generation. My mom never talked about it. I know, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a movement. I think it's I would compare it to like a Me Too movement, but you know how the Me Too started, and then women started coming out, and
Oh,
it
that's
suddenly
right.
became like such an empowerment for women. This is also women empowerment. We women don't like to talk about it. It's also health equity at work, right? But women have to start talking about it. And then this will also, it won't happen, it won't be like a switch one day, like a menopause switch we were talking about earlier. This is like a perimenopause, slowly transition phase before women start saying, yes, absolutely. This is like I take care of myself during the reproductive years. I need to take care of myself during the perimenopausal and beyond postmenopausal years as well. So that's how it's going to happen, one step at a time, like what we are doing today.
Oh, I love that, Amita. Thank you so much. Now, where can our listeners go ahead and contact you or find you even on social media?
Yeah, we are everywhere. Our website is www.nourishdoc.com. We are on Insta. We are on all the social. You can contact us through our website or even send us an email, hello@nourishdoc.com. We are launching our app in the month of March. We have been doing a lot of studies, as I shared earlier, a lot of pilot studies, and women should be able to download our app in March and take start on this journey together.
That's right. It is about that togetherness. We can do this, ladies. We can do this.
Absolutely.
And then our spouses or husbands won't get so angry at us anymore. They'll be happier than what, because
Yeah.
once a woman's happy in the household, I feel like everybody's happy in the household.
Yeah, absolutely. It impacts relationship with the kids. Most of the
Right.
40, 50-year-old woman probably has a teenage kids. I'm just, you know, and then teenage has their tantrums going on and you have your tantrum going on.
I
Too
know,
much
right?
going on, right? Too much fire going on in the family. And so if women start getting themselves grounded and taking care of themselves, everything else also starts calming down. You see that, right?
Yes, it's so funny. I always tease my brothers because both my brothers, they have all girls, both of them. I'm the only
Oh.
one with the boys, all boys.
Mhm,
And and I'm like, "Oh, how do you do it?"
mhm.
Because you have to deal with, teenage periods, then wife's pregnancy hormones and then probably now maybe probably now like, their wife's perimenopause or menopause itself. So it's like, oh,
Yes.
but they're happy. So I guess something's happening. Oh, any last words, any last thoughts you'd like to share?
No, thank you so much for bringing this kind of a topic, and I'm so happy that you brought some of the taboo topics out. I know, and so thank you so much for doing that. And of course, my last sentence is self-love, self-compassion, self-worth, confidence, all these things. If you start caring for yourself, that is the first step for all the women, right?
Yes, I agree 100%. And that's what it comes down to. Just start loving yourself and
Mhm.
say, you know what, I matter because you do
Yes.
matter.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, I am there.
That's right. Well, thank you so much. Now, when we get to hang out sometime and have a cup of healthy herbal tea, I was going to say
Ab-
coffee, but healthy herbal tea.
Absolutely, absolutely. I look forward to it. We should do this session in person next time, and and then
Yeah.
invite some of the other women here in Bay Area.
No,
That would be really cool.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
it could be
yeah.
really good
A
show.
new
Yeah.
movement in the Bay Area for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, well, thank you so much.